All right. All right. Good evening, everyone. Do another video here. Um, Thank you all for coming to the channel. First of all, thank you all for being here. Those of you who are, I'm building up my following. But I'm offering something really valuable. Like I said, I've been watching other YouTube channels, other YouTube videos, and great speakers out there. And this is a very good time to have content that many can gravitate to and grab on to, and realize the best they are. I was going to say make make their life better, but on this channel, my purpose is to help you realize that you are that better life. Hence, the name I am means you are, which is why my videos are titled IAmology, No Apology, and No Debate. This is the non-traditional, non-religious, joyful, happy, fun conversation. I'm not a minister, I'm not a deacon, not a pastor, and I'm not preaching to you. I don't like to be preached to, and I'm not going to preach to anyone. But I like to make these videos very comfortable, like we're having a conversation. I will read scriptures from what we all know to be Bible, but that's not to go in the direction of being religious, just so you know. I'm only reading these scriptures to back up what I'm saying, expressing the research. I have listened. I have many different books I've read. Like this is one right here I'm holding. This is called The Awakened Imagination, and the imagination is a synonym for I am. So you're awakening as a greater being from the lesser perception you once had as the self you are. And I like to, you'll notice that you'll hear me use the preposition as instead of, because when you hear me say as, I'm looking to have you feel a first cause experience. Because once we start speaking in the way that we are, that we can feel that we are, and recognize that we are, and I'm gonna get a little awkward right now with the grammar, and recognize that I am, that we am. Something happens when you start saying I am, and when you say as, and you're gonna hear. I'm gonna point that out. Like if I was to say this conversation is from something. So I would say this conversation is as, okay, let's go ahead and give this example. This conversation is from the truth. So we all are used to hearing that. And then right away, we envision from somewhere. But when I say this conversation is as the truth, that means I'm speaking as truth to the truth as you are. I purposely am breaking grammar rules to give you a first cause experiential realization, because that's when we really start having and enjoying. And then let me just say this, go back. That's when we really start experiencing. Once we experience I am self as that, as we speak and feel, then we'll experience I am self as the three-dimensional holographic visible world, which is where we are actually calling what I am to. We're calling what I am what you grammatically would say we are. So I like to say, yeah, we are I am. We are I am. We are I am. And I am is just not a name. You know, I always bring this verse up. John 8:58. And I like to say now I am 8:58. Because before John, I am. So John 8:58 says, before Abraham was, I am. So before, and then I take that farther by saying before the universe was, and the world that I put in the universe, that I am put Abraham on, I am. You can never go wrong when you go back. And you literally, we can't go back. We are already there. Going back is just language. So the correct way to say that, instead of when you go back, I'm not going to say that. When you see as and from the place as I am, because you are already that place. You're not from that place. You are that place. Someone asked me, where you come from? I said, no, I do not come from anywhere. I come as truth. I come as the light, because I am the light, because I am light. So I come as light. I come as truth, not from. From will always give you some, if you pay close attention, there's some detachment and separation acknowledged when you say from. And those are the things that we do by speaking proper grammar. We visually and understandingly, I use the word understand instead of understand. You don't prefer to understand anyone. You're not standing under anyone or anything, but to understand and overstand is the real position you are. Much more empowering. These videos that I'm doing are about self-empowerment. We're no longer empowering things like MIND, which stands for misinformation needing demolition, or law of attraction, or subconscious MIND. We're no longer empowering those things. There's a verse in the scripture where I am says, when you recognize I am, whom do you say that I am? Matthew 6:16-15. But whom do you say that I am? So when you recognize I am, you recognize yourself, because whatever we do, like I am always precedes every sentence, any action. If you say, I am listening to you, I am talking to you, and you can say to yourself, say as the self you are, not to yourself, as the self you are, I am watching this video, I'm listening to this information. Oh, I'm going to make a phone call. I'm going to pick up my wife from work. I'm going to the store and buy some groceries. I'm going to order something for dinner. I'm going to sit with my son, my daughter, and my family and have dinner. I'm going to take I am family to the, I like to say I am family instead of mine. So you can see that you all are one instead of saying mine. So I'm playing around with the prepositions to give you first realization experience. Once we have first realization experience and enjoy that, we already that. Then you know what be still and know that I am means. Now I like to say I am instead of G-O-D. The saying that everyone knows is be still and know that I'm God. I like to say be still and know that I am, because then as soon as you hear that, you know you are. But if you say be still and know that I'm God, right away, because of previous teachings, your brain gonna, I don't know, let's not give any credit to the brain. You're gonna visually see something great, different than the self you are. And my whole purpose is to have you realize that you are that self. Okay? Now, so let me put this down, and this segued me into this. My second video is going to be about the third chapter in my book. So I'm going to take this, and then I'm going to come back to this book. But when I said to realize that you are, I'm going to read something here. And these are some notes that I took. And listen, everyone, please subscribe to the channel, because I'm doing what I'm doing to help like I am self and I am self. And again, I'm purposely misusing grammar correctly just to have you realize a first I am experience. Because the name I am is just not something you see on the book and you go, oh, Almighty I. But that name is saying that I am. That name is saying that I am, that you are. So you hear everyone say, go to the end result. Well, the end result is I am. Like if you're happy, you're already there. You're happy. Can you acknowledge that I am happy? So the same thing is I am whole and healthy. I am happiness. I am prosperity. I am abundance. Do you see that? So I am is not just a name as power, But I am is a recognition that whatever that is, we love to I am to the three-dimensional holographic life we already am that. And I said that on purpose. We already am that. So when you say I am, you're saying what you already are. And I'm saying what I am or what I am. And then you start realizing, man, the name I am, whoa. Yes, first of all, that is the great name as the Almighty. Before all of Abraham was, I am. Before you were, I am. So it's not just Abraham, any man, woman, or child. Before what we see and know as different beings, we look at the bodies, but that's I am wearing our what we call a body. That's I am wearing the garments in the spiritual. I mean, in trying to voice it in biblical language, but in scripture language, the garments are identified as emotions, but also the garment is the body. And then how is the body I am is as you is based on how you as the I am is I aming. So I'm going to go back to this book, and this what I'm saying is leading right back to this. So stay with I am. So in the meantime, make sure you subscribe to the channel. Please subscribe to the channel. I'm giving great information. I'm keeping I am self so highly aware that when you come here, you're getting something different. And you're not getting a sermon. You're not getting preaching. You're getting a very comfortable, non-traditional, non-religious, joyful, happy, fun conversation. That's why I'm shooting these videos this way. Because we're here to enjoy the I am that we are, aka life. We're not here to get serious and all, holier than thou to the point that we're withholding ourselves from really enjoying the I am that we are here. Like this whole physical world is I am. We cause the world that we are based on how we're I aming. And I like to say I am instead of THINKING. I'm not going to use the words MIND. I'm not going to use the word THINK. I'm not going to use the word THINKING. I'm not going to use the word THOUGHT because I like to keep you from going here and migrate you from here back to here. See, a lot of beings don't realize that the forbidden fruit that Eve fed Adam was the process of THINKING. THINKING. So basically, they were being all right the way they naturally were with no clothes until they went up here. And that's why they start judging themselves. That's why the word is called judgmental. So we need to get away from the whole mental process and just be, and then love the being that we are and not judge the being that we are. Because we don't need to have ideas about ourselves. We are already I am. And this is why the book I was holding said least effort. Be still and know that I am. That means be still with the body actions and know that I am already. And I am as you are. As you are, I am. So when we start walking around and realize that as soon as you feel like having, say, okay, you see a family member, and this leads me right into my notes today, and the appearances that they're presenting requires prayer, right? Now I say the word prayer, and I'm keeping this very conversational and not all preachy and religious. But the reason why prayer works is because you are the power speaking as the words. When we finally have the realization as our true, not of, but as our true identity, which is I am divinity. I'm purposely using words that really give you that first cause experience, that first realization experience. So our true I am true identity is I am divinity. So when you know that, you know that, as what appears to be a person, you're not praying as that. You're praying as the infinite, not the finite, as the spirit, not what's called a person. You're praying as the spirit, not the body. And as spirit, and I'm using the word spirit, and let's say, go ahead and say, let's stick with I am, because my whole channel is, this whole series is called IAmology, the study as and of I am. Okay, so you're praying as I am, and I am is before the body you were. I am, and I am is allowing the body that you believe you are to exist. Nobody on this planet can figure out how to breathe, like to create breath, to create sight. Even you hearing I am, right? Did you create that? Even to be able to understand what you're hearing, did you create that? You can't sit down and go to college or go to any school and start calculating and coming up with equations how to create understanding, hearing, gathering information, being clear as. Now, I'm not going to say being clear with that information. Let's get rid of those preposition with. This information is you. So being clear as the information. You see that? Being clear as the information. Listen, you're not going to get this anywhere else but on this channel. If you keep watching my videos, you will get to a place where you realize you are that. And you are I-aming the self you are all the time, even in your silent, I'll go ahead and use this word, contemplations. You're I-aming. As every feeling, you are I-aming. So instead of saying T-H-I-N-K, start saying I am. Instead of saying T-H-I-N-K-I-N-G, start saying I am I-aming, or I am conceiving. Because that keeps you right in the chakra, the heart chakra area and the solar plex chakra area. Let this go and be quiet. Because the more quiet the brain is, the healthier the body is, the happier we are, the better sleep we get. Trust anything, anytime someone is doing something that's out of character as I am, it's coming from here. That means driving fast, running through yellow lights, running through red lights, being unkind to themselves and others. That's coming from here. So when we get this quiet and peaceful, the brain's going to naturally work with the nervous system, the blood and all that, the whole body, but does not need to have information telling you what to do. That's what you don't need. So quiet, peaceful, silent, and just like any other organ in the body, the organs are quiet, peaceful, and silent. The only organ that you really hear sound from is the heart. And you should, because that's the first organ that's developed in a woman's uterus when she's pregnant. And that heart creates all the other organs. So the brain needs to be quiet, silent, and peaceful. Trust me, anyone that, you don't even need your brain. I'll say this again. I'll say this on my other recordings. You don't need a brain. You know why? Because you have a brain. What you need your brain to do is be silent, be quiet. There was a great saxophonist named, I forget his first name, but Coltrane. And, a lot of beings who was into jazz, you all know who Coltrane is. And back there with Miles Davis back in the 60s. And Coltrane, that's his last name, had a addiction problem with heroin, which was like really big back in the 60s and 70s. And so he had to go to some different rehabs. And he went to one, and everything appeared to be like he was really on target now to have that behind him. And then he went back, he fell off the wagon and went back to it again. And then some of his band members say, gosh, man, you were doing all right. Why can't you just keep going? You look healthier and happier. And Coltrane said, I'm going to use IT. I usually like to say I am. He said it's not in his body, it's in his brain. He said the addiction is in his brain. See, so the brain, what the brain does is record information or experiences and then automatically play them back. So now, doesn't it make sense that if that's quiet and still and it's not doing any recording and playing back, that the life you are is much better? You see that? So be still and know that I am, as the saying goes in scripture, be still and know that I'm God. I'll stop the sentence at I am. Be still and know that I am. See, that way, see, when you said be still, brain, and know that I am, boom, you feel empowered. But if I say be still and know that I'm God, you feel like there's a God telling you to be still and know that separate entity is God. But no, let's do this verse this way. Be still, brain, and know that I am. Also, be still, brain. Don't give me any physical actions to do, because I am already. How do I act as I am, knowing that I am? How do I act? What actions do I take? What type of conversation do I have within I am, knowing that I am? Instead of claiming something and then getting busy to go out there and get that. That's Esau. Jacob just claims and say I am, and just constantly I am, I am, I am. Do you see? Because when you say I am finished. I am done. I am completed. How do you act as the completion, as that which you love experiencing, whether it be a new relationship, happiness with your children, more happiness with your wife or spouse? We always asking for more money, more things, better job, all that. But when you say I am that money, I am that better job, I am that promotion. You see, I am that promotion. How do you act as being the promotion? That's what my book is about. That's right. I show you. The book is written. You don't have to even try to write down and take steps. And I even say in my book, there's no 12 steps to success. You are already success taking 12 steps. Wake up as the realization. You know, as I say, wake up as the realization, not to the realization. Wake up as the realization that you are success. As success, you're listening to this video right now. You're already success listening to this video. How do you live knowing that you are success now? How do your habits change? I'm doing the same thing, much more powerful. Because remember, you are I am. You're not who you've been believing you are. You are what you are, which is I am, already accomplished. Now we walk as accomplished reality instead, and that's what I am mean. If you say I am, then you turn around and get up and go out and try to create I am outwardly. You just did what's called committed adultery. That's right. It's not, you playing around with your wife, but you playing around on the realization that you are. Do you see that? So if you go out to try to, after saying I am, now you get up and go out and try to create, you just basically said you're not. I am being the completion, the marriage. I am a multi-millionaire. I am a multi-billionaire, millionaire, billionaire. Now, right away, your brain is saying, get busy on the phone, start making some deals, start cutting. Brain, be still and know that I am already. Don't give me ideas to create what I am. Now, that doesn't mean you're not going to be creative with some other things, right? But if you are creative, then be busy creating based as the reality that you are. So you say you're multi-billionaire, then what would you do as a multi-billionaire? Being a billionaire right now, you're a multi-billionaire right now. This guy, Elmer Olaka Jr. says, you're a millionaire. How would you act knowing that you have $20 million in the bank right now? He said, why not? Why not believe that way? How would you act? See, your brain keep want to run that old program. The program in the brain doesn't recognize what you're saying when you say, I am a millionaire, billionaire. The brain only knows how you've been living up to that point you say that. So it'll right away play back to you the lie to challenge the truth that you're saying that you are. And then now, how do you deal with that? You don't get upset and fight. You just go, brain, I'm the boss. I am the creator. Before you were, I am. Before you were, I am. So be still and know that I am. That's how you talk to your brain. Brain, be still and know that I am. I don't need your permission. I don't need you to get on board with what I'm saying. I demand and command you, brain, to be still. Because I own you. I created you. You didn't create I am. That's why I tell beings, don't be running around trying to empower MIND, misinformation, needing demolition or demolishing, destroying or dissolving, or Don't empower law of attraction. Don't empower subconscious mind, because John 8:58 said, before Abraham was, I am. Not before Abraham was, the law of attraction was. Not before Abraham was, subconscious mind was. Not before Abraham was, the mind was. Not before Abraham was, the universe was. Before the universe was, I am. Did not say before the universe was, that I put a world in, that I put Abraham on, I am. So you're greater than the universe. The universe, the I am that you are, the infinite being you are, the universe sits within the I am you are. Now, some being said, I want to wrap my head around that. No, your brain is a finite process. You cannot wrap finite. You cannot wrap finite around infinity. You cannot. So don't try to wrap your head. Let that go. You understand that and overstand. You don't understand. Trying to wrap your head around. How you can't wrap your head. You cannot wrap infinity around you cannot wrap You cannot wrap finite around infinity. But finite is already encompassed within infinity. Infinity is already wrapped around finite. So here's the thing. So I have this message here. So when you see a loved one going through challenges, that's not the time to turn away from them and start criticizing them. Because remember, constructive encouragement comes as the heart, as in from the heart, I am. Constructive criticism comes from the head. So we need to be done with this process. Let the brain, trust me, if you're not having any noise up here, your brain going to operate peacefully, successfully, divinely, the way the brain was designed to work with the entire body. The nervous system, the blood vessels, the eyes, all that. Brain's just going to work. Minus noise, brain is great. With noise, not. So, but the more your language and the words you speak keeps you here, that's why I say I'm not going to use words T-H-I-N-K, T-H-I-N-K-I-N-G, T-H-O-U-G-H-T, M-I-N-D. I'm going to keep you from going up here. Let this be quiet. And then all the words are here. I am conceiving. I aming. You see? Staying here. Because you already know, you've heard many times, you can have a concept. If you don't feel that, you're not I aming that. John 14:14 says, if you ask anything as I am name, I am, and the verse is written this way. If you ask anything in my name, I would do it. No, the verse should have been written this way. If you, I am, ask anything as I am being that. That means if you ask anything as feelings, you are already I am in yourself as those feelings. You're finished. You're done. Completed. So when you see a loved one that can use prayer, remember John 10:30, God and man are one, my Father and I are one. It doesn't say God and man are one, my Father and I are a different one. But here's how that verse should have been written. I am and I am as man, woman, and child are one. I am Father and I are the same one. Now, Father only means first cause. I am, before Abraham was, I fathered. Before Abraham was, I am. I am the Father that fathered the Son that appears to be Abraham. But at the same time, I am one as the Son, but I'm greater than Abraham. I'm greater than, basically, here's the deal. I am the Father that created, I am the Creator that created the created. I am the Creator as the Father, the created as the Son. So even if someone creating this book, biblically, allegorically, metaphorically, this will be a son. Who's the creator? The creator is the one who created the book. Who's the father? The father is the creator of this book. The son is the created. So the body is just a creation or the created as, not just of, but as the creator. But 3D finite form, and I'm not going to say limited form because I don't want to cater to that, because you don't have to have any limitation as I am body. You can just keep saying I am, and even a body won't experience limitations. So I'm not going to teach you that, so you can record that and hold on to that, There's too many recordings that we're holding on to that's been getting in the way of us I am in ourselves. We need to let these recordings go. Remember I said, when you know that I am, let all these other things go that include bad information and bad recordings. Free yourself, free the body from that. Because the I am self you is already free from that. But now you're going to free I am body from those bad recordings. Now, so when you see a loved one that needs help, don't turn the heart you are as I am away. Speak prayers unto them. I do that all the time. See someone passing by, I put in my I am hands and I bless them, their family, their loved ones. So speak prayers unto that family member. Don't criticize them. Encourage them. And you don't have to verbally get in their face and encourage. You can just encourage them as silent prayer. They don't have to know you praying for them. But if you do happen to share words with them, let those words be very encouraging. Like you say, hey, you're great. You're doing all right. Don't feel bad. Don't beat yourself down. Bring yourself up. I see you doing just fine. You're wonderful. Don't acknowledge the appearances that they're showing you that would say the opposite. Just say, hey, you're winning. I see you winning. Remember, every day is another round. As long as you're breathing, you got other rounds to still win the victory. You have other rounds to still come out victorious. Every day is another round. So whatever yesterday was, the day before, the week before, the month before, the year before, those are just different rounds that you've already gone through. You've already gone through those rounds, but you got some rounds coming up where you can say, I'm about to win all these, and then you're on top. Because you're victorious, because I am. You see, I am is not just a name as power, but I am is a reality that is finished, that is done, that was. You see?